Hello everyone. Today I am going to discuss about psychiatric disorders. This topic is present in a paper PT in Neurological Conditions 2, that means for BPT 8th semester. So today I am going to discuss about three types of psychiatric disorder. But we know that there are different types of psychiatric disorders, but here I am going to discuss about three types today. So what is psychiatric disorders? Psychiatric disorder is defined as a clinical significant psychological or behavioral syndrome that causes significant distress, disability, or loss of freedom, and which is not merely a socially deviant behavior or an expected response to a stressful life event. In a very simple way, it is defined by author Neeraj Ahuja. So there are many different mental disorders or psychiatric disorders with different clinical presentation. When we see a patient or when we find a patient, we will find different clinical presentations. They are generally characterized by combination of abnormal thoughts, perceptions, emotions, behavior, and relationship with others. The etiology of these psychiatric disorders, then we find that genetic causes, prenatal damage, infection or any kind of toxins, chemical imbalance in the body, substance abuse, environmental factors, dysfunctional families, poverty, and any kind of traumatic events. These are the main etiology of psychiatric disorders. Since I have mentioned, today I am going to discuss about only three psychiatric disorders. So first one is delirium. So what is a delirium? It is characterized by fluctuating level of consciousness, and it is a state of acute confusional state. So if we see the clinical features of delirium, there is reduced ability to maintain attention, impaired alertness, cognitive deficit can occur, emotional disturbance such as anxiety, fear, irritability, anger, and depression are associated features of delirium. One more important clinical presentation here, it is disturbance in sleep. So if we when we take the history, the patient complaining that the person or the patient have difficulty in sleeping, or there is a disturbed sleep. It can occur at any age, and it is commonly occur in males as compared to the females. If we see the causative factors of delirium, there is a history of brain injury, hypoxia, withdrawal from alcohol, any kind of organ failure, poison, fever, or anemia. These are the main causative factors for delirium. Next psychiatric disorder is dementia. Dementia, what is dementia? Actually, it is in dementia there is a significant loss of memory capacity. There is severe enough to interfere with social or occupational functioning. It also affects the language, perception, behavior, and cognitive skills such as judgment and abstract thinking. So it is mostly found in elderly patients. It is not common in young adults, but it is mostly found in the elderly patient. And this dementia, we can divide it into three types, mainly three types. One is Alzheimer's disease, multi-infarct vascular dementia, or Lewy body dementia. Now come to the Alzheimer's disease. What is Alzheimer's disease? So first thing we can say, but if we see the clinical features, there is a increased forgetfulness and absent-minded. These are the main presentation. Other clinical features are decreased concentration for task, memory impairments for both recent and remote events, impaired ability to read and write, and loss of orientation. Here the genetic factors play a very important role in Alzheimer's disease. And one more causative factor is there is reduced synthesis of acetylcholine. Next is multi-infarct or vascular dementia. Here the clinical features are poor memory, particularly when trying to recall the recent events. The patient forget the very recent events. Next one is difficulty in making decision, problems with simple routine tasks such as getting dressed. There is a tendency to wander and get lost in familiar surroundings. This is come under the vascular dementia or multi-infarct dementia. If we see the causes here, one is hypertension, diabetes, and cerebrovascular disease. These comes under the causative factors. So if the patient here in multi-infarct dementia, we find mainly three types of causative factors. The next one is Lewy body dementia. In this Lewy body dementia, there is a fluctuating cognitive impairments, great variation in attention and alertness from day to day and hour to hour. There is recurrent visual hallucination, shuffling gait, and repeated falls. So when during the assessment, the patient complaining of repeated falls. So the term hallucination actually, if we see the medical definition of hallucination, it may be a sensory experience in which a person can see, hear, smell, taste, or feel something that is not present, but patient feel all kind of this sensory, but patient experience this kind of sensory things. Next is causative factors. Here the causative factors not known clearly, but some history it is mentioned that PARC11 gene is seen to be associated with it. Next is schizophrenia. This is next psychiatric disorder is schizophrenia. So this schizophrenia is severe mental disorders. It affecting 20 million of people worldwide. According to WHO, that means according to the WHO, there is 20 million people worldwide suffering from this schizophrenia. This schizophrenia begins in late adolescence and early adulthood. So there are the main clinical features of schizophrenia is hallucination and delusion. Hallucination and delusion is the main clinical presentation of schizophrenia. Hallucination I have already mentioned. It is a sensory experience in which a person can see, hear, smell, taste, or feel something which is not actually present. Delusion actually is a state of believing things that are not true. There is a difference. In hallucination, the patient will feel these things. In delusion, there is a state of believing that they are something which is not true. Other clinical presentation is there is impaired thinking, alteration in behavior, poor emotional response, lack of emotions, and lack of motivation. This schizophrenia is again divided into three types: catatonic, paranoid, and disorganized schizophrenia. So what is catatonic schizophrenia? So here the clinical presentation is delusion, auditory hallucination, can exhibit anger and anxiety, and stupor. This auditory hallucination is very much common, and it is among all the hallucinations, this auditory hallucination is very common as compared to the other hallucination. Next is paranoid schizophrenia. So here same clinical presentation, delusion, hallucinations, but there is no prominent disturbance of speech. The last one is disorganized schizophrenia. In disorganized schizophrenia, there is a thought disorders, delusion, hallucination, emotional disturbance, poor self-care and hygiene, and extreme social withdrawal. Extreme social withdrawal, that patient patient is not interested in any kind of social activities. So extreme social withdrawal, the patient, it is one of the more important clinical presentation which you can see in a schizophrenic patient. The causes of disorganized schizophrenia like prenatal infection, increased number of stressful life events, genetic factors play a very important role in this disorganized schizophrenia, hypoxia, and there is faulty functioning of dopamine. These are some clinical causative factors for the disorganized schizophrenia. So this schizophrenia, I have already mentioned that it is the most severe mental disorders or psychiatric conditions. So hallucination and delusion is common in all types of schizophrenia, whether it is catatonic, paranoid, or disorganized. So this is all about these three types of psychiatric disorders, that is delirium, dementia, and schizophrenia. There are many psychiatric or mental disorders, and these things we will learn in the next class. And for today, this delirium, dementia, and schizophrenia is I have explained in brief. Thank you.